Hi, it's Anasuya. We decided to include a little supplement here about trauma. And when most of us think of trauma, we think of the big life-changing or near-death events, maybe happens once or twice, something in our life. But actually, trauma can happen in little ways all the time. And if it isn't dealt with, it becomes compounded. And these are the areas where we get to the sticky points or where our buttons get pushed is the unresolved little traumas and something's happening in the moment that our nervous system identifies as similar to what happened the last time we were traumatized. And in this way, trauma just really means when we go into fight, flight, or freeze, when we start shutting down, the nervous system is sensing that there might be a threat to our life. It doesn't know yet for sure how bad it is, but it puts us in that fight, flight, or freeze, so we'll be prepared for anything. So trauma happens when we aren't able to take care of ourselves in the moment when fight, flight, or freeze happens. And what take care of ourselves means is, if we're literally being chased by a tiger, we have to run. But in today's world, what it usually means is to be able to acknowledge, not override, but acknowledge what we're feeling so that we can identify what we need. And when we find a way to give ourselves what we need in that moment, we come out of fight, flight, or freeze, and it doesn't turn into a traumatizing or re-traumatizing event. So it's about our ability to stay connected with our own self in real time in this present moment. Even if we're thinking about something that happened years ago, and in thinking about it, our heart races again, we're sort of being re-traumatized in that moment. But if we connect with our feelings and needs in that very moment that it's happening, even if it's an event that happened in the past, we can change that pattern. And you'll see this happen when you come to the live training, and I work and an unscripted role play with Christine, you'll see this pattern. And the real value of role play is threefold, I guess. The first one is when you do it with each other, you'll know you're not alone. You'll see patterns that come up that are really traumatizing, push your buttons for everybody. And you'll also see that when our buttons get pushed and we go into fight, flight, or freeze, we tend to, as human beings, have similar reactions to that. And also in not being alone in it, you'll be able to help each other guess into the other person's feelings or needs or their values, how they didn't feel seen for what they valued. Now they will be. It'll be in the present moment and they'll bring it up again and it can be handled differently. So it's very healing and it unsticks the trauma. Trauma is like a stuck or frozen pattern in our nervous system where literally when that gets touched on again, when that button gets pushed again, we're right back into that primal panic of fight, flight, or freeze that, oh no, something really bad is happening and I can't take care of myself right now. So we change the pattern because we do take care of it. We unstick the trauma. And we're also, as you're educating yourself about your own process and how to notice when you're shutting down, how to notice if you're going into fight, flight, or freeze, being familiar with what pushes your buttons, and teaching your nervous system that you're going to be okay, even if that pattern comes up again, because you know how to be with yourself, identify your feelings, which will point you to what you need. Sometimes what we need is just to not be alone in it, or we need to understand ourselves better and accept ourselves. Like one part of ourself is against the fact that we're having a hard time and said, snap out of it. So this is like the inner critic that is also getting re-educated to stay present in the moment and not slip into the backstory of what happened before and how terrible it went. We're rewriting this story. So you're educating yourself how to notice when you're closing and how to open back up by taking care of what you need in the moment. And you're learning how to do this for each other when you practice together, learning how to also see what the process looks like when it's happening in someone else and how not to get your buttons pushed because their buttons are pushed, how to keep your center and how to help them by guessing into their feelings or needs or finding a shared value in the moment to create that we space with them. This is all the exact same process that you're going to be able to use when you're in a conversation with a decision maker and you notice that they're starting to shut down. So you learn how to take care of yourself and you learn how to take care of other people and bring things back into the present moment for everybody. So your awareness of feelings and needs shields you from being re-traumatized, being sucked back into the trauma, or traumatizing yourself by overriding your own needs in the moment. So you know your values as well. Then if this happens to you with a decision maker in a conversation with a decision maker, which you can practice in the role plays with the other advocates, then you'll know how to find that shared value between you and them. And that makes a bridge in the moment so that they feel they're not alone. You have a meeting place. You can be there with empathy for them, and then they're allowed to have their feelings. They're allowed to have their experience, which calms everybody down. It's a common human thing, what we do in fight, flight, or freeze. And once you recognize it in yourself, you'll recognize it in others. And the same things that you do to take care of yourself, you'll be able to do to take care of others. It doesn't look like therapy. It just looks like a normal conversation. And, these things don't need to be all stated obviously. It's almost like a way of being in the space. And you'll learn that in the role plays. So our collective opportunity is to break through the divide of them and us and to focus on our shared humanity instead. Our shared humanity with our fellow human beings, no matter who they are. And even in challenging moments, we can learn how to connect, how to recreate connection with ourselves, and then make a bridge to connect to the other person so that true collaboration is possible, even in heated moments. Thank you for being here again.